What's up everybody, Kier Gomes here, welcome back. Today I am super excited because it is the launch of a long-awaited, at least for me, deck of playing cards. I'm talking of course about the new Good Pals deck available on Kickstarter as of yesterday. So in today's video we are going to be talking all about these two decks of cards and what you can do if you want to get some.
Let's go.
So as you guys know, we do a lot of Good Pals stuff on this channel. It's usually things like sweaters, t-shirts, beanies, things like that. Well, they finally decided to take the chance and release the Chancers playing cards. Before we crack these open and take a look at them, please do drop a like on this video and of course subscribe for the best in playing card content. Now, for those of you that don't know, Good Pals was originally founded by James Kiernan in 2021, about a year ago actually. And James Kiernan, of course, is also the founder of TCI, which is something that we obviously love on this channel. Well, James finally decided to take a chance and release their first deck of playing cards. In fact, he figured why not aim for the moon and release two decks of playing cards. And these are the Chancers. So if you guys think you might be interested in checking out this project on Kickstarter, I would highly recommend scroll through the campaign, read the specifics. It's a very well put together campaign. They've already received over 50% funding. In fact, I'm really hoping that this video might help push it just over that 100% so that we can make these decks a reality. But first, let me just give you guys a look at what you're in for. Okay, now while we're here, I also wanted to take a look at the actual Kickstarter campaign. Now, you can check this out on the Kickstarter app, or you can just go to the link in my description on your desktop or laptop, and the same thing will happen. Shameless plug, I also did do the trailer for this Kickstarter, so if you guys want to check that out, it also does help support me, but I also played it in this video, so either way. Now, as of right now, the campaign is 64% funded. If you scroll through the campaign, you can see kind of what the Chancers are all about. Essentially, it's about taking risks to gain reward, and the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, of course. These cards are going to be printed by the USPCC, and fulfillment will have a center in the US and in Europe. So you're going to see for the UK, these will be fulfilled through TCI, of course, and for the US fulfillment, they're going to be done through SoCal Playing Cards, which means two things. One, it means that, you know, shipping will be as low as it can possibly be, but two, you know that your cards are going to be wrapped and bubble wrapped and packaged very nicely, very neatly, without any dings, dents, or scratches. For you collectors out there, that is a huge deal. And speaking of collectors, these decks also come with two gilded options. You can get gold gilding and silver gilding, which for those of you that love that kind of stuff, I would highly recommend. Now, the black edition is going to be the standard edition. edition. The red one is gonna be the special edition. Personally, I actually like the red one more. I know that black is kind of an easier sell, definitely one that's gonna be a little bit more popular and more widely available, but the maroon just pops for me. I love it so much. Now, of course, the tuck boxes too, because they were prototypes, the finish on them was very shiny, very glossy. There will be some matte tuck editions for these, so if you guys are interested in that, if you don't plan on opening them and you just want a really nice tuck box, that's gonna be the option for you. Of course, I would recommend just checking out the campaign for yourself. Check out these awesome photos and some of the amazing ad copy that James has put together to tell you guys all about what this deck means to him. Now, I've done Kickstarters before. I know how hard they can be, and I definitely know how important those first few days are, which is why I'm releasing this video today, because I want you guys to make sure that you get your hands on these as early as possible. Believe it or not, it makes a huge difference when you buy them. See, if the cards get as close to 100% funding in the first couple of days, then the rest of the campaign is really just managing, making sure that we stay updated, but things move a lot faster because once you get funding, you can start planning to go forward. But if it's 3 weeks into the campaign and you're still not quite there, it can be a little bit more difficult because it's hard to start getting on the printing slate and start booking these things to get made when you're not sure if you're gonna get the money to get them made. So if you guys are fans of TCI, if you've been customers in the past, if you're a loyal Good Pals customer like I am, this is definitely something you wanna jump on right away. Okay, back to the video. All right, now this is the Good Pals Chancers Maroon Edition. Now these are prototypes, these aren't the actual decks, so of course the design and the color is gonna be a little bit different, but for the most part this will give you an idea of what you're in for. The front of the tuck box says Good Pals Chancers playing cards, then you get this awesome graphic of a skeleton hand with a crown holding up some cards. This is actually a design that you might have seen before on the Good Pals website on one of their t-shirts. It comes in black, maroon, and white. So of course, you know, check those out if they're still available. One side of the tuck says Chancers playing cards, and you get these cool little graphics here. You get a crown and some poker chips. And then the other side says Good Pals Playing Card Company. And of course for this, you get these iconic Good Pals skeletons, one with a crown and one without one. We get our two friends in here again. I like to think that this is James and this is me, just saying. Now, this deck definitely has a very classic and traditional aesthetic to it, which I really love. I love decks that look like standard decks that maybe have a little bit more imagination to them, and that's what this deck is. Kind of has the same vibe as like the Whispering Imps playing cards, definitely like a similar color too, but you can see here that it has that design from the back, which is a skeleton hand holding some cards with poker chips flying all around. That's mirrored there in the center, and then surrounding it is things like slot machines, the Good Pal skeletons, poker chips, horseshoes, things that you would associate with like a casino. Of course, when the actual cards are made, they'll be printed by USPCC, so they're gonna look and feel a little bit better, but I will say, MPC is definitely stepping up their game because these cards feel pretty good. Now this is a two-way back design, and as far as I can tell, the cards are not marked. Now the faces of this deck are also 100% custom, which is also something that I think I appreciate, because when you have a more standard back design, you want to have things that stand out, like interesting court cards and interesting face cards. So check this out. We have kind of a standard looking face card, but you can see that the diamonds actually have a double outline and are in a custom typeface. So they look standard. You can still use these for things like Magic, but they just have a little bit extra spice to them. Look a little bit better than like your standard bicycle faces. Possibly my favorite thing about this deck are the custom court cards. You can see here that they are completely different from USPCC standard, but still recognizable. So we have kind of a skeleton Queen of Diamonds, Jack of Diamonds. There's a Queen of Spades. Look how good these look. And you can see too, they're not repeats. I love this Jack of Clubs with the little feather in his cap there. These look so, so good. This one might actually be my favorite one. Got the Jack holding just a bag of gold or poker chips. Whew. Now the face cards are gonna be the same across the maroon deck and the black deck. The only difference in the two decks is just the color of the back design. Everything else is gonna be the exact same. But we are still gonna take a look at the black deck just because I think it looks nice. You also get identical jokers, which is very nice for magic tricks, but also it just keeps the deck looking clean and uniform. This is kind of similar to the tuck box design. The only difference is instead of saying Good Pals and Chancers, it says it's not the cards you're dealt, it's how you play them, which is really cool. And that is a quote from Randy Posh. Dopest ace of spades that I have seen so far this year, by far, and that is the Good Pals Chancers ace of spades. Look at this thing. Ooh, I love it. Now this design, again, might look familiar. I really, really love this. This is just two friends arguing over a poker game. They're all dappered up. One of them is wearing a crown and they're both wearing white tuxes. Let's see if we can get a little magic in here. Ooh, King of Clubs, very nice. Whew. I don't know if that looked good. I guess we'll see. All right, now that was the maroon deck, which matches my sweater here. Very nice. We're also gonna take a look at the black deck, but in order to do that, we gotta change our shirt. Okay, now the black sweater's on, which means we get to take a look at the black Good Pals deck. All right, now as I mentioned, the black Chancers are gonna be the same as the maroon ones, just in a black colorway. I actually think this is really smart. Black sells very well. So I have a feeling that these ones will be the popular ones, but I really think the maroon ones are special, so. Ooh, look at these. All right, so you get that same Good Pals back design, skeleton hand holding hopefully a winning poker hand there, some poker chips flying around, and then things like slot machines, the Good Pals skeletons, horseshoes, poker chips. There's little roulette tables at the top and bottom, which is really cool. Things that you would see in any casino, of course. The face cards are all the same as they were with the maroon deck. Gorgeous though, look at these. Oh man, I'm in love with those. The thing I like about this deck is it does really kind of lend itself to things like Magic, but you could also use it for things like poker, which is definitely something that this deck could be meant for, being that it is a gambler's deck. But ultimately, this just seems like a deck that you could use kind of as your everyday carry. It's standard enough that you can perform with it, but it's not your same boring bicycle designs on the faces. Really dig that. Well guys, thank you so much for checking out today's video. Big shout out to James, congratulations on your first campaign and all of the fun, learning, excitement, and headaches that are gonna come with your first Kickstarter. Of course, all of that is made worth it when you guys buy a deck or two of Good Pals Chancers. So make sure you go check out the Kickstarter campaign. The link is in the description. I really wanna see this deck get made. I feel like I'm personally invested in it. And for the rest of you guys, go check out the link in the description. Help support these small playing card companies. I think that those are always the ones that we get the most excited for on Kickstarter. So let's really show what we're made of. Get ourselves some decks. And of course, make sure you also drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're into this kind of stuff. We do the best in playing card content here, and I don't want you guys to miss anything. All that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I know I will. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.